Good morning, students. Today we will start with lesson number 8. In the previous class, we forwarded one recorded video of the same chapter, the first video of the same chapter. Today I am going to explain this chapter again so that you can understand it properly. This chapter, lesson number 8, is working with the table in base, right? How to create a table in base, and what are the other options we have to use while creating a table, right? What is table? Table is actually an object in a database that contain all the information, right? It is made up of rows and columns. Rows are known as records and columns are known as fields. And when a row and a column intersect, it becomes a cell, right? So we store most of our data in a table, right? Now while saving data in a table, the first thing we need is field types, right? Now what is field types? Field type means the type of data we insert in a table is in a field, right? In a field. Field type is basically type of data we store in a field, right? Once a field type is defined, we can store only that type of data in that field, right? So if you will type any other type of data in that field, it will show an error. Fine. So students, we have four types of field types. There are four types. The first one is numeric types, second is character types, or your string type, right? Then we have date and time types, and the fourth one is special types. Okay students, we will start with the first type, that is numeric type, right? Okay, if we talk about numeric, we have two types of numeric types, right? Before explaining two types, let me tell you what is numeric. When we talk about numeric type of data, in this we can store numbers or integers, right? So when we store data in numeric form, we will further divide this numeric data types in two types. The first is whole numeric type, second is fractional value types, right? So we have two types. So in this first we have whole number types. This is whole number types. If we talk about whole number types, we have these 7 types of data we can store into our field, right? We have tiny integer, the length is 3 digits. Then we have small integer, 5 digits. Then we have integer whose default length is 10, right? Then we have big int, that is default length is 19. Similarly in float, we can store 17 bytes, right? The number with decimals. Okay, so we have real also, which is same as float data type. The only difference lies in the method of storing data. Fine. Then we have double. Double, it is also similar to float data type, but it handled double amount of data than float field type, right? So this is one type of numeric type. Then we talk about next. The next one is, yes, this is the next one. Wait for a second. Yes, second is your fractional value field types, right? If we talk about fractional, means we can store fractional component of number in fractions, right? We have two types. One is number. It can accept whole numbers, number with decimal, and it can also handle fractions, right? Second is decimal, in which we can use decimal points. I think these two types of numeric types is clear to you all. Then students, we will move further. The next type is our character type or string, character or string. Now character or string contains text type of data. Fine. Um when we talk about your character type, the first is text varchar, whose default length is 50. Right, this is stronger, shorter string, means we can type small amount of data and the length is 50. Then if we talk about text fix char, this is something like text varchar. The only difference is the length of field must be fixed to certain amount of characters, and any blank space are saved differently in database code for comparatively with other kind of application. The only difference between these two is in this we have to fix the amount of characters, right, as fix is written in field type also. Then we have text varchar ignore case. It is used to ignore the case sensitive property. Okay. This is also same as text varchar, but in this case sensitivity is ignored. Right, you can write in capital, you can write in small. Then we have memo. Memo is basically used to store large amount of information, means we can store up to 2 GB of data in memo. The first and fourth one are mostly in use, right? So after this we have third is date and time. Just wait, we have date and time. Yes, this one, types. Right, in this, as name suggests, we can store date type of information, date type of field, or we can store time type of data, or date and time both. Right, the first one is date, which stores in the form of month, day, year. Then we have time, hours, minutes and seconds. Or if we want to add both, then we can use date oblique time. Right, this is called time struct. Whenever we use this type of date type, field type, in this case you will get a date, then you will get time, both in a one field. Right, okay. Next, the fourth one is special field type. Special field type, which contains special type of data, like we have to feed yes or no value, or we want to store some image or binary value, something like this. Right, special type of data. So in this, the first type is yes or no. Right, either you have to store your data yes or no, that is 1 or 0. Then we have binary fix, it stores up to 2 GB of information. Binary, where binary है, that is same as the previous one, that is binary fix, with an exception that it has variable field length. We can vary the field length in binary, where binary. Right, then image, we can store images up to 2 GB of information. And last one is other, which includes either binary data, or it may contain image, or it may contain sound clips or other files. Right, so students, this is the field type we can use in our table while entering the data. After completing this, I'll tell you about views of table. Okay students, next is views of a table. Now you can see we have two types of views. One is create table in design view, and second one is use wizard to create table. Right, so if we talk about these views, the first one is creating a table in design view. Double click on this. When we will click on this, we will get one window. The second is data view. One is design view, this is design view where we can design the table. Second is data view. For that we have to double click on the table name in the navigation pane, and a data view is open. Right, in this we can enter the data. First we will talk about create table in design view. Right, we will get one dialog box. Now you can see that a table design window appears where we have three columns, that is field name, and field type and description. Just wait for a second, you will get this table in front of you. Now this is table design view. We have three types, three columns, that is field name, field type and description. Right, in this we can enter the data. If we talk about the information or data we want to feed in this table, I'll follow the table which is given in your book, right? So we will give some of the columns. One is admission number, so that it will be easy for you to practice as it is given in your book. This is admission number, right? This is the field name. Okay, so when you will enter the field name, after this you have to enter the field type, right? Now you have to decide the admission number is, which field type is used in admission number. We cannot use varchar because admission number is in numbers, right? So when you will click on the right side of this, you will get different field types from which you have to choose the field type. I am choosing numeric, right? First name, so I'll write student name, right? So student name, what you will write in student name, if you can decide, student name will come in varchar, right? So that you can add the name of the student. Then you can write date of birth, suppose I'll write DOB, right? So the DOB will appear in date type format, right? So we will use date. Like this, students, along with the field name we can add the field types. Okay, we can also add roll number. It is mandatory. We need roll number in a school, in a class, and we will enter number because roll number is in numbers. Like this, we can store a large amount of information in field name, and then according to that we can give field type. Now this is the description area where you can write down the description that regarding this field. Means we have to add admission number in this field, we have to write down the name of the student, we have to fill date of birth of the student, like this. This is for description, right? Okay, after adding the description, you have to click add all the entries, then you have to click on file, and then we have to click on save, right? Here we have to give the name of the table, that you want to save your table with what name. Suppose I want to give name as 8A, right? So click on OK. It will save your table in base, right? Now it will definitely ask for primary key, right? A unique index or primary key is required for data record identification in this database. You can only enter data into this table when one of these two structural condition has been met, right? We have to give primary key, students. Now you have to decide, do you want to create it now or afterwards, right? We will not create it now because we will decide primary key ourselves. So we will click on no, right? Then you have to click on close button. This is close button. So we have created a table, right, in which we have entered the field and its field type. After this, what we have to do, we have to decide the primary key. How to set the properties, how to set the your description, I have already explained, right? Okay, just wait for a second. After closing this, we can open our table again so that we can decide the primary key. Now you can see here that there is a table name as 8A, right? When you will double click on this, you will find a table in which you can enter data, right? This is data view. The table on which I have clicked, that is data view of a table in which we can enter the data. Now how to decide a primary key and what basically is about a primary key. Primary key is defined as one of which all the records have different value. Means something that contains different value for every record. This is a unique key, right? It is unique to every record. Like if we talk about roll number, in every section of school we have roll number 1 2 3 4, right? But in one section same roll number cannot be repeated. So students, we should assign primary key so that we can easily work in a table, right? So this is our table: admission number, student name, DOB and roll number. Now if we talk about roll number, in 8A we have roll number 1 2 3 4 up to the last student. In 8B also we have 1 2 3 4 up to the last, right? If we talk about 8A, we can assign roll number as a primary key. But if we talk about whole school or whole class 8, in that case we cannot assign roll number as a primary key, because in every section we have roll number 1, we have roll number 2, we have roll number 3. So in that case what we have to do? In that case we have to assign admission number as a primary. Right click, edit. Right, now you can see there is a green arrow before admission number, right? This is basically we can use, this is on the current record. This arrow shows that we are the current record on the current field is admission number. Now we have to insert, we have to set the primary key. I want to set admission number as a primary key. I have to right click on this gray area and I can click on this primary key option. Click on this. Now your admission number is a primary key. You can see a symbol of key in front of admission number, so it represents that admission number is a primary key. Now you have to keep in mind, you cannot add same value in two records in admission number. Admission number of each and every student should be unique, right? So we cannot add same value in the admission number. So this is the way we can assign primary key. Now to enter data, yes we want to change, yes we want to change. Now we can double click on this and we can easily enter data here. Suppose admission number is 101, right? Press tab key. Student name, suppose AA. DOB, you have to follow the format. Something like this. Then we have to add the roll number. Suppose this is the roll number 1. Press enter. You will move to the next line and there again you can enter the next data. Suppose if I will enter admission number again as 101. Press tab key. It will definitely show error when you will move from this line. Just suppose this, press enter. Yes, this is the error. I want to show it to you. Error indicating the new record because violation of unique constraint. Unique constraint means primary key. As we have assigned admission number as a primary key, we cannot enter same value in that primary key option, right? So what we have to do, we have to change this number. Now you can see we can move to the next line. So I think concept of primary key is clear to you all. Now you all know what is a field type and how to design a table, how to enter data in a table, and how to set primary key in a table. You just have to keep in mind that primary key is a unique value given to a field, right? You cannot enter same value in that field which is assigned as primary key. So students, for today we will wind up it here, and in the next video we will continue the same chapter. You have to practice this chapter very carefully on computer systems, and still if you will face any problem, you can talk to your teachers, right? So students, stay safe, stay healthy.